What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
We get nerdy nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
Did you just check your watch?
I'm not wearing a watch. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you just check your wrist?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do.
No.
What's up? Welcome back for another edition of the Nightly Morning Show, the 89th.
Yeah, edition. 89.
80,
wow.
80, it's been 89 years.
Almost.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I thought I would be on time today. And then I made the mistake of trying to do my hair, so...
You were on time once this week.
I was. I will be on time tomorrow. That is my solemn vow.
Maybe.
I make a blood oath.
Alright, where's the knife? I guess we're doing this.
No,
Have you ever made a blood oath?
No.
I have. It's
We'll make
dumb.
an unbreakable vow.
So we grab like this, right?
Yeah,
and then
somebody magics stuff around it. I will be on time for the morning show tomorrow.
Great.
Nailed it. How you doing?
I'm alright. It's been a weird 24 hours.
Yes, it has. There's been a lot.
There's been a lot going on. We're going to be talking about later in the show. We're going to get into the news following Chris Carpenter's Twitter, not announcement, but post about Joss Whedon, as well as Michelle Trachtenberg and Buffy herself, Sarah Michelle Gellar's responses to that. We're also going to be talking about Gina Carano. And we're also going to be talking about Britney Spears. So it's a good one.
Yeah.
In that there is news for us to talk about.
There is news.
Some of it is unfortunate. But you don't pick the news.
Nope, the news picks you.
Yes.
100%.
In Soviet Russia, the news chooses you.
We're not in Russia. I don't know how to break that to
They
you.
don't know that. We could be anywhere. We could be lying about living in Toronto.
We could be. We definitely could be. And nobody would know.
Yeah.
What a scheme.
But to start us off today, we're going to be talking about The Last of Us.
Yes.
Yes. If you weren't aware, The Last of Us is a zombie survival video game that takes place in a world where it's not really like a typical zombie virus because it is a plant that takes you over and turns you into a zombie. Is rough. It's a rough world.
I feel like it's like necrotic damage in Dungeons and Dragons.
But if anyone could survive a zombie-infested apocalypse, you know who could?
Lyanna
Mormont. I would
definitely.
I feel more scared for the zombies than I do for her.
Yeah. The Warriors of Bear Island, they're fine. They're 100% fine.
100%.
For those of you who are confused,
which should be everyone. We haven't set this up very well.
No. The actress who plays Lyanna Mormont, do you have her name?
Yeah, I'll put it up. You talk.
I can't actually remember off the top of my head. Is going to be, she has been cast as Ellie in the adaptation of The Last of Us.
Yes, that is Bella Ramsey.
That's her name.
Bella Ramsey will be playing Ellie in The Last of Us. I'm really excited about this for the reason that I loved her in Game of Thrones. And I think
too.
The internet did. We all kind of fell in love with her really
100%.
quickly. And it was one of those things where I was like, all right, that's either going to be like that girl's moment in acting and she's going to go live her life, which would be great. No problem with that. Or we're going to see her get something soon that's going to be a really cool opportunity for her.
Yeah.
And this is a really cool opportunity for her.
100%.
Yeah. This is going to take her from an internet meme one time to maybe the next Millie Bobby Brown. That kind of track record.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that she's kind of got the skills to make it work from what I have seen from her. We haven't gotten much, but whenever she is on screen, I always want more. So as soon as I saw this casting, I was very excited. I know there's a lot of people who are very upset about it, which I guess.
But they're upset because she doesn't look exactly like the video game character.
Yeah, and it's a video game.
The only person who looks exactly like Ellie is Elliot Page.
Yeah.
And Elliot Page is too old to play this role now.
Yeah.
So we all just have to move on and accept that it's going to be Bella Ramsey, and she's a talented young actress who's going to crush this.
Yeah. I'm so stoked for this. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch The Last of Us. I really don't. I don't do well with zombies. But I really want to see her in something, and so I might try.
That's interesting. I'm so proud of you.
I don't know. If I start having, like, zombie dreams again, I might have to, like, drop
Well,
out
watch
halfway.
it early in the morning.
No, it's not about that. It's not... Here's the thing. Zombie stuff doesn't scare me in the way that, like, horror stuff does.
Zombies are horror, but
sure. Yeah, they are. I don't know. I've talked about this several times before, I think. But I just have a weird relationship with zombie stuff where I need to know what happens and I need to know that, like I need to know how it's resolved. Now, because it's already a video game and the story's already out there, I kind of have a sense of that. So I don't know if that, like anxiety is going to be there as much because I kind of know already what's going to happen. But yeah, the reason I stuck with The Walking Dead for so long is I was like, come on, there's gotta be a silver lining. There's gotta be a light at the end of the tunnel. There's gotta be something. And, and then Negan showed up and I was like, I'm out. I can't do it.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
No.
Nomadic Sky says they could make her a lot softer in The Last of Us. She had a specific scowl in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to have to. Just based on the arc of Ellie in the games. Not to spoil it too much, but she starts off to be a pretty fun-loving kid. Who's, like, angry, but, like, isn't, like, bitter. And she becomes bitter over the course of the thing. One other thing, Richard Sim 7 brought something up that I didn't know. Apparently, Elliot Page sued them for using their likeness in The Last of Us, which I was not aware of. I thought for some reason I thought she worked on the game. But that was just something a member of chat said. I don't know. Yeah, Richard Sim 7 is literally like, I think I could be totally wrong. Interesting.
Well, we'll look into that later, because I'd be interested to see if Sim is correct.
Interesting. So, I'm not surprised Elliot Page isn't doing it, considering...
Yeah, I mean, if they already have, like, a rocky relationship. Here's the thing, though. Like, how can you prove that it is based on you? It does... Like, I would agree. It does look like him. But Elliot Page doesn't have a super unique look.
Oh, okay. So Elliot Page said it looked like him, but he did not sue them. Okay, Rockmage, thank you for clearing that up.
Okay.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Okay. Yeah, I can see the, like, I don't think that would be something that could hold up in a court of law. You know what I mean?
And here's the thing. If this had been made into a movie like they said it was going to be a while ago, I think that it probably would have been Elliot Page. You know what I mean? I think they would have gone after him and tried to get him to play the part.
Yeah. Yeah, but it like you said, age is a big factor. They have to go with someone younger. Because she's 16. In The Last of Us. Or 14.
14 to 16, yeah.
Yeah, so she's.
I also feel like I know that Elliot Page is going to be returning for the next season of The Umbrella Academy as the character that he was playing in that.
Yeah.
I don't know how interested they are in continuing to play female identifying characters now. I think that they are probably trying to set up the next phase of their career.
Yeah.
And
it makes sense.
I don't expect them to make a career out of playing female identifying characters after coming out as trans.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that
Yeah. It's complicated. I don't really understand the people who are upset about this casting. I can see why some people might be apprehensive about it because this actress hasn't carried a movie or show yet. Yeah. Fair.
Like nobody, but like the majority of people cast as leads in television shows have never carried a show before.
No, that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
If you don't give someone their chance, then how are you gonna know?
I'm excited for it. I think that she's gonna be great. I'm excited this is a show and not a movie. I think that it's easier to tell this kind of thing with a show and not a movie. I think it's harder to tell a story like The Last of Us in one film. because it is such a big story.
Yeah.
And because there's just so many parts to it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even be surprised if we don't meet Ellie until the second episode of the show. And the entire first episode takes place in the prologue of the game. That's set years before Ellie's even born.
Yeah.
I don't think saying that about the prologue of the game is a spoiler.
Yeah.
That game is like 12 years old. I'm gonna spoil it.
It's fine. It's been out.
Ford of Nerd is saying that Elliot Page sued over the game Beyond Two Souls, where they direct copied and had a nude scene in the game.
There was a shower scene.
They used them in a shower scene and didn't consent to it. Oh, so Elliot Page was they did the motion capture for Beyond Two Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were hired to be in the game, but I guess they didn't know that they were going to be in a shower scene, and that was a surprise to them.
Yeah.
That is not great.
Gross. Very gross.
God, even The Last of Us news today is about, like, abuse of power. I thought we were going to start with The Last of Us so that we could get to the, like, stuff, the tougher stuff later in the show. But apparently, can't avoid it today. Not that we're trying to avoid it, but,
No. It's, the world is a
Men suck.
place.
Men are the worst. Especially the white ones.
Oh, God.
Gross. On the other side of this show, I love that we've talked for 11 minutes about one of the two characters. We do know who is going to be starring opposite Lyanna Mormont.
We do. I'm also very excited.
Also, a Game of Thrones actor.
Yes.
But before we get into that, there is someone who was almost Joel.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali apparently was offered the role of Joel, and nothing came of it.
Yeah.
How badly do you think the internet would have reacted to Joel being black, considering the reaction to what happened to Joel in Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah, that...
I would have loved it. I think Mahershala Ali is a freaking, like...
Oh, he would have crushed it. It would have been amazing. But people would have been upset.
But, like, the people that we don't want in our Twitch chat would be the ones who are upset. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't
like,
care.
A lot of people would have said a lot of things online, and I would have hated to read all of it. But, like, you know, F those guys.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If you would have a problem with Joel being played by a black man, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not... Leon, don't worry. We're not spoiling...
No, we're not spoiling anything. We're talking about... we're not going to spoil. We're not talking about any plot points of Last of Us 2. We're not... Yeah. We're just talking about... The internet reacts to traditionally white characters being cast by actors of color in a way that I find gross.
Yeah.
And I do wonder, the actual actor himself, who is going to be playing Joel, is Pedro Pascal,
yes.
who is also a person of color.
Yeah. Which is super exciting. Like, yeah. Here's the thing. Pedro Pascal, I feel like, is going to be one of those people who almost, like, never stops working.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hang on, just...
Are you banning people?
Yeah. I'm just, like, not in the mood today.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we're getting a little... Rebel, are you there? Pedro Pascal is the father figure of everything now. Definitely, literally in everything. Yeah, Pedro Pascal will be Joel. Sorry, everyone. We are getting... There seem to be some people jumping into our chat here to... That looks like it's good.
Right.
The Pedro Pascal truly has become, like, daddy. And I'm here for it.
And I'm here for it. Yeah, he unfortunately, you know, Wonder Woman 84 was not good. And
But even in that, still a dad.
But he was great. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, he was great.
Yuzi in our chat just said, does it get any worse? A ginger and a fatty.
I don't know what Twitch chat he's in, but
I love the idea that, like, I'm a fatty. I mean, like, I'm not super thin.
I know.
But I'm like, I'm a normal size human.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's because they don't have anything to go off of, so they just like take like
they do generic... though. Like there are ways to make fun of the way that I look right now, but like calling me a fatty is just weird. But like if you were like, does this guy not know how to do his own hair? I'd be like, that's funny. Like that's a legitimate burn. You know what I mean? Or if they were like, wow, dude, you know you can shave your face. I'd be like, yeah, you're right. I am kind of letting it get a little wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's funny.
Oh, God. Yeah, they do this, like, pack thing because they are, like, 12-year-old boys who all think that they're really funny. Mm-hmm. And so they all come in and then you have to, like, ban all of them.
Yeah. It's fine. I enjoy it.
It's so dumb.
It doesn't bug me. Is it weird that it doesn't bug me at all? I don't care.
I don't care.
Until they use words that are offensive.
Yeah.
Like, we've had some of that, but... Come on, Beauty and the Beast, it's too easy. Right, Richard Sim 7? You'd call me a scruffy nerve herder?
That's fair.
Drifted normal. Fair. That is my goal in life, is just to be a scruffy nerve herder. I just lean into it. Will says they just want to rise. They do. They just want to rise, and so I just lean into it. Like, people make comments on our TikTok sometimes, and I usually respond to something like, thank you for commenting on my TikTok and boosting it in the algorithm.
Yeah, literally. Appreciate it.
Oh man, but yeah, Pedro Pascal. You're happy about this, right?
I'm very happy about this. He's like very clearly a talented actor. Mm-hmm. He's 100% going to crush this. I have no worries, and that's why I'm kind of like, oh god, I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah. This is because we're gonna have to do spoiler chats on this.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, we'll see.
This is your job now.
We'll see.
This is your job now.
Yeah, I didn't think my job would be watching like zombie content, but.
But it is.
We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. I reserve judgment. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Speaking of Pedro Pascal, it's time to talk about it, y'all. It's time to talk about it. Pedro Pascal, someone in the chat, I can't remember who it was, just said that Pedro Pascal unfollowed Gina Carano on Twitter last night. And this is following Gina Carano being fired from the Lucasfilm projects that she was working on, mm-hmm. Namely Mandalorian and probably the Republic Command. No, what is it? The New Republic, the something of the New Republic, the Commandos of the New Republic, the I don't know, the Walker Texas Rangers of the New Republic, Rangers of the New Republic. Thank you, Fort of Nerd. She was fired after posting a Instagram post that equated being a Republican in modern America to being a person of Jewish heritage during the Holocaust in Germany. Yeah. And the internet responded with a very swift, why are you doing this? This is a bad take. Like, this is a really bad take. And so it turns out, it seems this was the final straw after she had previously posted some really transphobic things on her Twitter in the past.
Yes.
Honestly, there were a lot of people who were surprised that she didn't lose her job when those things came out. Yeah. When those tweets were made, and when she changed her bio to make fun of people who post their pronouns in their bio.
Yeah.
And so it seems like this was the final straw for Disney. Yeah. As I even read someone saying, as far as like they've been looking for a reason to fire her, and this gave them like the coverage. Yeah. To be like, look, this clearly beyond the pale. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. And so it looks like Cara Dune is done for now, unless they recast.
Yeah. They don't. I don't think they need to recast. Here's the thing: unless the next season has a like there's a major storyline that happens with her, then they'll recast. I don't actually know what they're gonna do. Either way, I think they made the right call. I am a little bit surprised it took this long. I thought that some of the other stuff was like, I'm sure Disney was very not happy with. Mm-hmm.
Because of the nature, because of the Leon449 said Cara doomed. That's very funny. Because of the nature of the Mandalorian and his like kind of moving around, getting help from people. No one's really in all the episodes except him. Mm-hmm. I feel like you can kind of just never mention her again. Yeah. And it'd be fine. Yeah. Yeah. Dark Dispatch, she blocked you?
Yes, she did.
Wait, card.
Yeah.
Well done.
my aunt is a Twitter hero.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, when people post crap, my aunt responds in kind.
That's fair. That's fair.
Cardoon didn't like it. So, it's fine. Dark Dispatch. We'll send you all the screenshots.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because there's a part of me that's like, what if they just, like... I would say let's just CGI in Christopher Plummer, but unfortunately he just passed away.
Wow. Oof.
Yeah, I just don't... I don't know what you're... I don't know what you had to be thinking. Like, you've literally posted this... You've done this a few times. You've had backlash every single time.
Yeah.
At what point, like, was she like, I'm invincible? Was she like, there's no way they'll ever fire me? Am I safe forever? Like, I just don't understand her thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why there wasn't, like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if you, if you have these views, you know, if you hate other people, keep it to yourself. Otherwise, you'll lose your job. You know, if you're a hateful person.
No. Don't keep it to yourself. Be very loud about it so that we know who not to talk to.
Yeah, who we don't want to be associated with.
Yeah.
It's just, that's 100%. The thing is, like, I don't understand the level of intelligence that leads you to publicly out yourself like that, because you know people are going to be upset about it. And you know you're going to offend people. Like, you know you're being a dick.
Yeah, and in her post on Instagram, that the one that relates being a Republican to being a Jewish person in Nazi Germany, I understand her thinking that, like, the point it makes is good, because I get the point that it's making.
The point that she was trying to make, I believe, is that, you know, we right now are in a very divided society.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I understand.
The problem is that it's using that specific example to tell that is really tone deaf and gross.
Yes.
It's taking advantage of arguably one of the biggest travesties in human history, and equating that to the fact that, like, you can't say that you hate people online. Like, it really is gross. And yeah. I'm not surprised that this happened. I'm honestly not even surprised she said it or posted it, to be honest. Like, at this point, I've kind of just been waiting for the thing. And I think Disney's doing the same. Like, they've just been waiting for the thing that she's gonna do, that they're gonna...
That they can be like, okay, we don't need to deal with this anymore, because there's no reason they should deal with it. I mean, this kind of thing has, you know, been circling around the internet over the recent years, equating being a Republican to, like, the witch hunts, you know, where women were burned at the stake. And it's like, I don't understand how you can be so tone deaf and how you can equate any of those things to the current situation that we're all in. You know, there are not, well, I was going to say, there are not mobs of people burning down your door, but actually there are, and they're Republicans at the White House.
Yeah, it's tough.
So, I don't really know what to tell you there.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. I don't think she's a bad person. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, I feel like deep down, I don't think that she posted it with the intention of hurting people. You know what I mean? I don't think that was her goal. But she
did the pronouns thing to hurt people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you.
Winfrey, thank you so much for subscribing. Or gifting a sub. Oh, thank you so much for gifting that to Marvelous Bricks. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
I don't know. I want to believe that she's not a bad person, I think is what I'm saying.
I would like to believe she is as well, but...
But the evidence is to the contrary.
It's hard.
Oh, it is tough.
It's hard to have
really
faith.
It's tough. It's tough to... Oh, and thank you for subscribing as well, Win.
Thank you.
It is tough. And it's tough, you know... I don't know. I don't know, y'all. This is gonna be a long show of this.
I know. I'm so sorry, but that's the news. She did what she did, and now she's paying the consequences for it. And hopefully, the most that we can ask from the situation is that she reevaluates her actions. That's best case scenario, I think. And let's just keep our fingers crossed for that.
In other news, we're going to do all the rough stuff in the middle here, and then we're going to have some more fun news at the end.
Yeah.
Claris will make up the news, Morning. We'll have some fun at the end of the show, but I do also want to bring up that yesterday, Charisma Carpenter, the actress who is known for her role in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as well as for its spin-off Angel, both of which were executive produced and showrun by Joss Whedon back in the day, and put out a very lengthy statement about Joss Whedon's treatment of her on set, and about just the working conditions there. And she posted that on Twitter with the hashtag #IStandWithRay Fisher, who has been famously making accusations against Joss Whedon in his Justice League, in his case against Joss Whedon's Justice League, and how the actors were treated on set, particularly him and other actors of color. That post blew up for obvious reasons, and Sarah Michelle Gellar commented on it, saying that she loves being associated with the word Buffy, with the world of Buffy, but does not want her name to be associated with Joss Whedon. And in order to focus on her family, she's not going to comment anymore. And Michelle Trachtenberg, who played Dawn, Buffy's younger sister, on that show, also came out and supported Charisma Carpenter's post, and Ray Fisher as well. And it looks, I don't want to read the whole post. I think that if you are interested in reading it, it is on the internet. It's very easy to find, and I do recommend reading it yourself. But it does look like Joss Whedon, who has had some problems in the past. His wife wrote an article about him a few years ago that was pretty damaging to his reputation. Has been getting away with some rather abusive behavior in Hollywood for over 2 decades. And here's the thing, and this one's tough for me because Buffy the Vampire Slayer was my favorite show as a kid. And I like
Firefly is iconic.
Joss Whedon was my idol for a lot of my life. Like really was like my favorite creator. I had to take public speaking in college. And I didn't like to like research anything, and so for my big final, which was this big presentation that you had to give, I just winged it and talked about Joss Whedon for like 25 minutes, because I literally like would read books about him. I loved his stuff so much that I just knew it, and I could just recite it. And to find out that behind all of those things is a history of abuse that goes back this far, it's really tough for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's really, and I know it's harder for the people involved and the people who are actually there. I totally am aware of that. But this has been a really tough one, for a lot of reasons. And I just, especially there's a line in Charisma Carpenter's post where she talks about how, in her pregnancy, her doctors were telling her that she had to take it easier, and Joss Whedon was deliberately scheduling her for like overnight hours on the show, in the middle of that.
And I believe he was like calling her fat and things like that.
That's bad, but putting her health at risk, intentionally putting her health at risk is a line to me that is.
Well, here's the thing.
It's just
they go hand in hand, right? It's the internal disrespect and abuse, and also the outward display of it. Especially in front of other people. And it's something that is pretty devastating, especially to the nerd community, because his work is very iconic and means a lot to a lot of people. I would equate it to J.K. Rowling. I think this is worse.
J.K. Rowling has views that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
But no one has come out and been like, J.K. Rowling did this to me personally. Yeah. Like, this is abuse. Not physical abuse. Like, well, in the case of Charisma Carpenter, it kind of is physical abuse in a way. Yeah. But this is over 2 decades of emotional abuse. Yeah. That is worse to me than
I meant equating, like, their work. Like, what Harry Potter means to people and what a lot of Joss Whedon's work means to people. Yeah. You know, it's very sentimental and it means a lot. And especially people our age have grown up with it. Yeah. I do think he is a worse person. Like there's definitely that aspect of it. I was more comparing their bodies of work.
And the impact it's had. I get that. Yeah. I agree with that. And I shouldn't, in our chat just said I still love the first Avengers movie and even Age of Ultron. Here's the thing. I'm not going to hate the things that he made because too many people worked on them to say that it's just him.
Mm-hmm.
Joss Whedon is not solely responsible for the success of Buffy and Angel and the Avengers. It's disappointing that he's a part of them. Yeah. But I'm not going to detract from the work of the thousands of people that worked on those projects.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't, and it's tough. It is tough, but at the same time, there are a lot of people involved. Yeah. He didn't write Buffy by himself. There were a lot of writers. There were a lot, he didn't make it in a vacuum. And so I think it's okay to still love those things as they came out. While acknowledging that, like, they were made in cycles of abuse that are abhorrent. And Orange in our chat is saying, it hurts me knowing that Buffy is such an empowering show made by such an awful person. And I wholly agree with that.
Yeah.
And I used to think of Joss Whedon as, like, the feminist to look up to, because he was the nerd guy who was creating these incredible female characters and empowering women on screen. And it is so disappointing to me that that's not the truth, and that's not what was behind it all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the only thing we can do right now is acknowledge what happened. And, there's no... I don't think, like... forgetting about these things. You can't forget about the things that were created and what they mean to people. But I think just acknowledging, like, what's happened and, maybe cutting him out of the conversation you have when you have about these things. Like you said, there are so many creative, amazing, wonderful people who worked on these things.
Yeah.
It is not just him. He is one person who, unfortunately, right now, it's going to kind of leave a bad taste in your mouth when we talk about these things. Yeah. But moving forward, just remember all the hard work that so many people contributed to make these things happen. I think is going to be really important.
Yeah, and I think that, we've talked about the Ray Fisher situation on the show before. And, I have said in the past, like, I need this investigation to happen because I need to know. Like, it is hard for me to, like, go off the social media-ness of it all. Mm-hmm. I don't want to try and suss out what happened based on tweets. Mm-hmm. I need someone to tell me. And, we've been told, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've all been told. And I feel like we've learned the lesson of... not the lesson, but we know now. And... Richard Sim7 is saying all of a sudden a Whedonless Justice League looks like a great move. I am so much more curious about the Snyder Cut now.
Yeah.
Because there's an element of me now that is like, the actors seem to have not enjoyed making Justice League with Joss Whedon. Mm-hmm. They've made that clear.
Yeah.
Will there be a certain kind of spark in the Snyder Cut because everyone enjoyed being there that wasn't there in Justice League?
It's possible.
I'm so curious to find out. Mm-hmm. And I think that I hate to say this. I hate to say this because it is kind of, it is a little bit of the, like, a white woman's word coming in stronger than a black woman's word, and I want to acknowledge that. But I feel like this statement from Charisma Carpenter and the Buffy community coming and having her back and her relating her statement back to Ray Fisher, mm-hmm. I feel like his career is in a much stronger place moving forward now because of this secondary accusation coming out.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be less of a... I think that there was concern for Ray Fisher that him coming out so strongly against Warner Brothers was going to hurt his career long term.
Yeah.
And he has said that would probably be true. He has said that there is going to be consequences for him, and he is aware of that, and that's why his thing is accountability over entertainment, and I totally respect that. But I feel like these statements and having this kind of community of people with him against this abuser really puts him in a different light moving forward as far as his career. I think that there's going to be less of that backlash that he was worried about now because there are other people who have made similar statements about this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a village.
Yeah.
And, we'll never know this because of the order of events.
Mm-hmm.
But one person coming out and saying something generally holds less clout than a group of people, and it's unfortunate that it fell to Ray Fisher first, that he was kind of the scapegoat for a lot of like Joss Whedon's fans for a while. I think it's, I wonder if people would have taken it more seriously if she had come out first and he had backed her up, as opposed to this like vice versa thing. I don't know, but I think I think that the right thing has been done in the sense that people have seen what he's trying to do and lended their voice to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what Ray Fisher does next. I'm hoping that he'll be able to kind of not put this behind him, but like move on, and like I want to see him. I want to see what his next project is. You know what I mean? I want to see what his next movie is. He's a very talented actor.
Yeah.
Honestly, the Snyder Cut coming out might be the boost that, because I haven't heard of him being cast in anything.
No.
So I'm hoping that like post Snyder Cut, when we see his real performance, not the cut down one that we got in Joss Whedon's Justice League, I'm excited to see that kind of take over and see what comes next for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ford of Nerd saying I love Firefly, but that won't change for me. However, I probably won't check out new stuff by Joss. I think that's how a lot of people feel.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he left the Nevers, because I am very excited for that show.
Yes.
That show looks really cool, and I'm glad that he's not a part of it.
Yeah.
Because if that show is about to come out and he was still a part of it, I would feel very conflicted about it.
Yeah.
But knowing that he left.
Yeah.
Leaving in the middle of an investigation.
Yeah.
Sure. But I'm glad he's not on that, because I'm very excited for that show.
Yeah,
and I love the idea
very
of
cool.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Should we get into? Should we move on? Should we move past this? Should we all just move past Joss Whedon?
Yeah.
That's tough for me.
I know and here's the thing: it's going to take some time, but I think
I have a couple of books about his career, so I should probably burn those. But
no.
Let's move on. Willow's saying let's move on. We're moving on. You know what we're moving on to? We have a date.
We have a date.
We have a date for...
You're asking me on a date?
No, we have a date for the Peacemaker show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Casey Boyes, the HBO boss who recently took over, confirms that Peacemaker, the show that is going to be the spin-off of the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's movie, is going to premiere in January of 2022. So that show is coming in the WandaVision slot of next year.
Yeah. Just under a year away.
I'm so excited for this show.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool.
Peacemaker is such a dumb idea for a television show until you tell me that James Gunn is involved and it's got John Cena in it, and then it's the best freaking idea for a television show ever. Yeah, I'm so excited. Babe, I promise you, when you see Suicide Squad, you're gonna be like, oh, I get it. Peacemaker deserves a TV show.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I trust you.
Yeah, it's a year. It's very far away though, like a full year. Oof.
Yeah, it'll fly by. This year, so many things are gonna change in this year. Like it's. I feel like it's probably gonna fly by pretty quick.
All right, I'm gonna say one more piece of news, and then you're gonna have to make up the news. So start thinking, because you know how long it takes you to think of the news.
Well, I can't think and listen, so.
All right.
Give me a second.
Black Widow star Florence Pugh, who's going to play like the young Black Widow in the new movie, that will maybe come out this year, has signed on to play a killer sex robot in Apple TV Plus's sci-fi drama Dolly. The premise for this is that Florence Pugh will play a robotic companion doll who kills its owner and then shocks the world by claiming that she is not guilty and asking for a lawyer.
Okay, I was listening. What?
Okay, so Florence Pugh is playing a sex robot who kills the person who owns her and then hires a lawyer to go to court and prove that she's not guilty of killing him. I'm not making up the news. This is a real story.
Well, yeah, I know, I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's why this excites me, and it's because I love the movie Ex Machina.
Yeah.
And if this is kind of similar in tone and like world building to Ex Machina, there's a really cool movie in this idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of like that there's like this world where like robots are starting to have AI. Because here's the weird thing about AI, right? If robots start to have AI and they start to think for themselves, at some point we are going to have to start making laws around that, and like robots with AI are going to have to start being in court, and
yeah.
It's just a bizarre scenario that we're eventually going to have to deal with.
Yep.
And I think that this is a cool sounding movie. Florence Pugh's very talented, and like I don't know, it's just a cool idea. It's a really cool idea. You have a talented lead actress. I'm into it. I think the title is a little weird to me, because Dolly's the name of that goat that was cloned, right?
Yes.
And Florence Pugh's not playing a clone. I don't know. Also, when I think of Dolly, I think of Dolly. You know Dolly.
Dolly Parton?
Yeah, I tumbled out of bed and I stumbled to the kitchen, pouring myself a cup of ambition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I think the title maybe isn't the best selling point of this.
Yeah.
But the premise is really strong.
But, like, doll, like, I don't know, I kind of get it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's going to be on Apple TV Plus, Willow, yeah. So, no one's going to watch it. But, that's fine. We will have run out of our Apple TV Plus runs out.
Right, we have that for some reason.
Oh, wait a second.
What?
Here, you make up the news. I have to check to see if I canceled that subscription so it doesn't auto.
Right now?
Yeah.
Can't wait till after the show?
No.
Oh, God.
Oh, our next play date is July 12th.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great. This is the news.
This is the news.
Us checking our Apple TV subscription.
Apple TV Plus is only $50 a year.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's actually, I thought it was more expensive than that. That's actually a decent price for Apple TV Plus.
US dollars, right?
Yeah. That's not bad, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do they have on there? Make up the news. Come on. We're not ending the show until you make up the news, so.
Oh, good. Great.
So like 800 Canadian rupees. Yeah, exactly. Those Canadian rubles.
The news. The news.
Yeah.
The news is.
Wow, she's got nothing, y'all. She's got nothing.
Thanks, Rockmage. All right, I'm gonna use this. All right, the news is that we have a brand new crossover that was just announced.
Oh, a crossover! I love crossovers.
Yeah, it's going to be a crossover of Shrek and Sharknado. Yeah.
I'm into that. Yeah, that's cool.
It's a crossover of Shrek and Sharknado. Eddie Murphy is obviously going to be in it. That's a confirmed casting that we know. And the other confirmed casting is... Oh, God, what's her name? When we watched Chicago, she was the reporter. She's very famous. She was in The Grinch. What's her name?
Oh, I don't know her name.
Okay.
Off the top of my head.
Well
done.
Other confirmed casting that we have for this is actually Selena Gomez.
Oh, who's Selena Gomez playing?
Selena Gomez is playing the shark. Yeah. It's a sexy shark.
It's called Shrek-nado.
Shrek-nado. Yeah. Selena Gomez is playing the shark.
Mm-hmm. Richard Sims 7 says it's an ambitious crossover.
It is.
Very ambitious.
Yeah. And we don't really have any other confirmed casting, but speculated casting for the rumor. The rumor is that Shrek is going to be played by none other than Rupert Grint himself. And that's the news. So
wait, Mike Myers is alive, but he's not playing...
No, he's done with Shrek. You know,
wow.
He's like, I did my thing. Time to, like, pass on the mantle to, you know, that ginger kid from Harry Potter. He doesn't know who Rupert Grint is. That's an actual direct quote from Mike Myers.
Wait. So who's playing like the other characters? If Mike Myers isn't coming back, who's playing Fiona?
Well, that has not been confirmed yet either. But offers have gone out to Cara Delevingne.
Cara Delevingne is Fiona. Actually, I see that.
Yeah. And also...
that actually works really well. That's really good casting. If you were to do a live-action Shrek, Cara Delevingne would be a dope Fiona.
Yeah. Yeah,
she's like pretty and princessy at times, but also like in the action scenes, you totally buy it.
Yeah, she'd kick ass.
Yeah, that's actually really good Fiona casting. I didn't even think about that. That's great.
Thank you.
All right.
Fiona will be played by Mike Myers.
All right. And then...
Eddie Murphy is coming back. Eddie Murphy is coming back as Donkey.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be live action though, so I don't know how. I don't know how they plan on doing that, but I am very excited to see.
Rupert Grint and Cara Delevingne side by side, both in green makeup with ogre ears. Yeah. Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's gonna be really good. I'm excited. You know, that's actually coming out in 7 weeks. Yeah.
Why 7 weeks?
Because...
That's such a specific number.
That's the news. I don't have control over it. The news chooses you. Right?
And that's our show. Everyone, thank you for being here with the Nightly Morning Show, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, every single weekday. We are here on the couch doing this. And tomorrow will be our 90th show, so come back, check that out. Twitch.tv/nerdynightly. I also play video games there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and... Sunday. But I will be playing later tonight, we're going to be playing Valheim with Scary Daydream and a bunch of friends. And tomorrow we'll be back for a longer stream because it's our 1-year anniversary tomorrow.
Yeah, we're playing Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah, are we doing gifts tomorrow or Sunday?
We'll talk about it.
Okay. And you also stream video games.
I also stream the video games. Today, although I'm doing some baking instead of the video games.
That's right.
But if you want games, come back on Saturday for Skyrim Saturday.
Skyrim! Y'all, thank you so much for being here. And as always, my name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
Do something nerdy tonight.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.